What is up, Dog Pound? This is Jackson McCurry. Welcome to the Dogland Live here on YouTube as well as Facebook. Uh, it is draft week. It is the most exciting time of the year for Browns fans, as bad as that is to say. But we are here. We are coming at you this week with a ton of live content on our YouTube channel as well as our Facebook channel. So those watching on YouTube as well as Facebook, thanks for joining us. I am Jackson McCurry, like I said. And joining me tonight is our draft guru, Mr. Alex Hale. Alex, how are you, brother?
It's Christmas, everybody. Santa Mal is coming down the chimney. Who's he giving us this year?
He gave us Shador. It was just not as early as we thought it was going to be, or he was not as late as we thought. Oh my God, that was such a
Santa Mal had too much eggnog by the 5th round. Talking about Shador.
Gotta love it, man. But Alex, first of all, how are you feeling heading into draft week? Because I know you've been a little on edge from the group messages and everything. Yeah. But how are you feeling going into this?
We're in the 48-hour rule, and I don't know what the hell's happening. Like 1 minute it's one player at one pick, the next minute it's another player, and it's coming from like 5 different sources. Like everybody's conflicting right now, and we'll talk about the latest on that, but it's just like it's all over the place. Ever since Sunday, everything hit the fan. I said on Saturday, I think I know what's going to happen first 10 picks. Then the Dexter Lawrence trade hits. Then all the news drops Sunday, and it's like, okay, throw everything out. I don't know what's happening anymore.
Yeah. I mean, it's just so crazy. Like the Dexter Lawrence trade happens and everybody's like, okay, this is what the Giants are going to do at 5 and 10. And I feel like it's changed a couple times. We know yesterday, like every reporter had a different angle on what the Browns are going to do. And obviously everybody's waiting to see what's going to happen at pick 6, but we don't know. Like literally no one really said anything about Mason Graham, except we had a top 30 visit at this point last year. And then come Thursday afternoon, we knew that the trade was pretty much going to happen, and then chaos just ensued after that, and Andrew Berry knocked it out of the park, and hopefully he can do it again. But we're not here to talk about what the Browns could do. Alex, it's time. It's the one you do for accuracy.
The real beast.
Yes, the real beast. Shout out to Dane Brugler. But we know you did Mock Draft Monday yesterday, which everybody, if you're on YouTube, go back and watch it after this is over. Alex
roast me, please.
Hey, you took it to a whole nother level, but honestly, like you knocked it out of the park. I thought it was a solid mock draft. Yes, but we are here to do the entire first round mock. Alex's final mock draft, mock 3.0, mocks 1.0 and 2.0 are at thedogland.com. You guys can go check it out there. But in the meantime, Alex, let's go to the draft simulator.
And for the tease to everybody, just you're going to kill me on this one when we get there. And by the way, for those of you playing along at home, let's see how long it takes Jack to figure out what I teased him in the group chat, because he's going to figure it out at some point what's happening. Can't wait to see what it is, when it is.
Alex, I don't know if you see this. My brother last year was pounding the table for Will Howard. He still is a year later. He's saying trade for Will Howard now.
He's going to be a Steelers starting quarterback right now.
He is. He's QB1 in Pittsburgh, as bad as that sounds.
We're going to have a Drew Aller, Will Howard competition, baby.
Shout out, MC. Yes, we started the show on time, but that's not a jab at the Barking Browns, at least for me. We're not going to do that to them.
It almost did. My audio wasn't working for a minute, but I got it fixed.
Shout out, Jake. I'll talk to Jokey about the super chat thing. We'll see if we can get that up for a draft night, but appreciate you, brother, for tuning in. All right, Alex, let's get this thing rolling. Mock Draft 3.0. We're not. Are we? Do you want to do any trades before we get going?
No trades to start.
Okay. All right. We're gonna get it rolling. The Las Vegas Raiders are on the clock. And guys, this is all Alex. I will not be doing any picks. Tomorrow night, Anthony and I are going to do a first round mock draft right back here on the YouTube and Facebook channel. So definitely tune in for that as well tomorrow night. But Alex, the floor is yours.
All right. I wonder where the Raiders are going. I mean, I don't know. There are so many players. I mean, Drew Aller, Carson Beck. I mean, he almost won a national title. I mean, no, they're going Fernando Mendoza. Like,
I mean,
seriously.
that's the pick everybody knows is for sure is going to happen now because there's still a little chaos left at the 2 pick, which the New York Jets love to bring the chaos, but they're on the clock at pick 2 here.
They do. And, the 48-hour rule normally says whatever the reporters are saying now is probably true. And I'll say that with that caveat and say if it's not this pick, then yes, it'll be David Bailey after that. It's one of two. I'm going to stick with my board. I'm going to stick with what I believe, and that's Arvell Reese will be the number 2 pick by the Jets. I will not be swayed by any of this because I'm just going to be honest. McShay said 24 hours ago it was Reese. Now he's being told Bailey. You know what? I'm going to say it's Reese. Number 3, I really considered a trade here, but I didn't do it because here's the thing about this year's draft. There are multiple teams, including the Browns, who are going to want to trade down. Everybody wants these picks at a discount. And the teams in this draft want 27 picks. Probably not as much Arizona, but more so Cleveland. But Arizona definitely wants another first-round pick, and we know why, and we'll get to that later. I don't think Kansas City's giving up 29 with 9. I think if that were the case, I'd be marking that as done. So I'm going to believe the smoke around this one. I think there's a voice in the Arizona room that is saying, yeah, we're going to go get Jeremiah Love at number 3 and take him there. A little bit of a surprise, but over a month ago, we thought, yeah, this could happen. So Jeremiah Love, number 3. Yep. Put it in.
That's our first curveball, I would say, because they could go in a number of directions. So it's gonna be fascinating to see how, because I feel like they're the first like big major tipping point of the draft. Could they could trade the pick, they could go in a number of directions. And so could the Tennessee Titans, I think, at number 4. I think they could go a number of directions as well.
And the caveat with Arizona is I think if they don't go with Love, they will go Francis Maui-Noah. I'm gonna do this to cover myself to see like if the backup pick works. So if they're not going running back, they're going tackle 3. Number 4, it was between 2 players. And there's a lot of buzz on Sonny Styles here. Does Robert Saleh think this is his next Fred Warner? Possibly. But I think they need pass rush a lot. I totally believe if Love is there, they're running to the podium to get Jeremiah Love. That's done. If not, I'm going to go with David Bailey here at number 3.
Number 4.
Yeah, number 4. Sorry.
You're good.
But I just think at number 4, they got to go that route. And then number 5, this is again the tough pick. This is one of the tougher ones I made. I think it could be Maui-Noah. I think it could be Styles. I think it could be Downs. Could be anyone. I lean towards what I see with Jim Harbaugh defenses. Yes, he has a safety normally. I get that. But he always has a rangy, uber athletic linebacker hybrid type. And that's Sonny Styles. And I don't think he passes up the chance to take Sonny Styles. Which leads us to the Cleveland Browns. And I did think of trades here. I saw the Rams stuff today. Again, I really think the Browns are dead set with getting first-round picks, second-round picks next year. I don't believe they're trying to get 3 1s in this draft. I just don't. It's foolish. I think it's irresponsible to not think of 2027 when you don't have the picks that the Jets have when you're competing against them to get a quarterback. However, I don't think there really is a trade with what's on the board if we're being real. I think if Sonny Styles is here, different story. So that leaves the question, where are we going? I really listened. Well, don't blow it. Like I'm predicting for accuracy right now. I'm doing what I think Andrew Barry's going to do. And he said something interesting last week about guys on the right side and left side and it not really mattering. So then I took that with what the Browns look for in athletic testing. And there's one player that, even though I'm not sure he can play the left side, he fits all the guardrails. So with the 6th pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Spencer Fano, tackle, Utah. I just am listening to Andrew Barry, and that's what I got out of it. Could it be Caden Proctor? Absolutely. Absolutely could be Caden Proctor. You want to know what, Jake? I might puke too. But I'm sorry. Like, and you're going to puke after this next pick because I have it on good authority. The Commanders are going to run the podium and take Carnell Tate. So we're going to go with Carnell Tate at 7, and Browns fans just everywhere go, no, what is happening? So, but yes, Carnell Tate here at 7, Jack, to Washington. There are rumors about Terry McLaurin's future. This could seal it in the long run for them. Number 8, very interesting here. I don't really know where I want to go with it because Carnell Tate's off the board. I feel like if he was there, they'd be sprinting to the podium too.
Right.
And it wouldn't shock me on draft night. The Saints are a team that call the Browns. It wouldn't be a big trade. It wouldn't be a big trade. Like, we're talking maybe the Browns get a 3rd-round pick from the Saints, and that's it. And it's not even a future pick. It's a this-year pick.
Right.
But something like that. And I wouldn't be opposed to it and still taking Fano or Proctor. Just get something. If it means they're coming up to get Tate. But if they stay here, Mansour Delane fits this defense beautifully. And he is a lockdown corner, I think, at this level. And the Saints would be foolish to not take him here. We get to number 9, and everyone is saying the Chiefs are trying to build that line, and they've got Simmons on the left. We're going to put Maui Noah on the right. And, oh boy, that run game is going to be something next year in Kansas City. And if Mahomes can get back in the shape, oh boy. If true, can someone please get that baby before the draft starts? I wish,
Can I just get, I was going to, go ahead real quick. Finish your.
I was just going to say, I wish there were other teams' GMs I could have kidnapped before they made their 1st-round pick recently. I said nothing.
I will just say, like, when you look at the tackles, I know everybody's so sour on Caden Proctor, and there's reasons to not like Spencer Fano. And obviously the arm length is the big one, and everybody's probably having nightmares of Will Campbell getting obliterated by the Seahawks front in the Super Bowl and the rest of the playoffs. But I feel like Campbell's going to be a good tackle for a long time. And I think Fano has the tools, but like you said, Alex, he's never played left tackle. Caleb Lomu, who could go in the 1st round, he's been the left tackle in Utah.
Yep.
I think if they're, and I've heard that the grades are close on some of these offensive tackles for the Browns. I just wonder, what does Warhop want at tackle, the offensive line coach? Because I feel like he might be the tiebreaker in this situation where if everything's so close and they're going to have to take one at 6 because the trade offers aren't strong, who does he want?
Now you say that, it could be Proctor. Now you say that.
And there's been a ton of smoke with Proctor over the last
There is,
week.
but like when you're talking about Warhop's guys, Ronnie Stanley being one, big, athletic. Fano was left tackle in 2023.
Shout out to Jacob. Yep.
And I'll just say this about Fano. He gave up as many pressures as a left tackle that one year than he has combined the last 2 years at right tackle. That is something that's a little bit concerning. And the arm length for me, I do believe in that. And I find it odd, but it's funny to me that the Browns talk all this analytics stuff, and yet they're ignoring the arm length. I mean, if you're asking me, Alex, who's a left tackle who you would take in this draft, there are two based on all of that. Monroe Freeling, I know not a lot of people like that, or Blake Miller. Those are the two that meet all the criteria, which it's weird to me that the Browns are not really as much on them as anyone else. So, a little weird to me, but we'll see. Let's keep going with this, though.
Yeah, let's get back on track. The Giants are up again at pick 10 here.
Yep. And the Giants clearly win the trade because they're just dancing in that war room. They didn't think this could happen, but they're going to get both their defensive stars, and they're going to go take Caleb Downs, the safety out of Ohio State. Yes, I do hear the rumors of Jordan Tyson, but I'm actually balking at what I originally wrote because of the fact that I don't think Harbaugh ever thought that could happen. He gets to completely reshape his defense in 2 picks. Yeah, I think he's going to do it. And he has other picks to work with too. So, all right, number 11. Oh boy, this is one of the weirdest picks of the draft. I'm going to be really honest. I don't know where it's going to go. The Kenyon Sadiq rumors I've heard, that makes a lot of sense. Maybe they go Mekhi Lemon. But at the end of the day, they need to get somebody that's just going to be a stalwart, a starter for them. And I have taken Caden Proctor at number 11.
Wow.
Now
he could be pick 11 in a trade down with the Cleveland Browns, because I've heard Miami and the Browns linked in trade talks. So
it's possible. They got a bunch of third round. They got like 4 third-round picks. Like
they also got pick 30.
That too, but I just don't think they're going to offer that. I don't think they're going to offer that. They got a lot to rebuild for Malik.
Yeah.
All right, number 12. Dallas is on the clock. Do I go with my original pick here in my gut? Yeah, I'm going to have to. The rumors swirling right now are saying Jordan Tyson and the Cowboys. And you know what? We're in the 48-hour rule, Jack.
Yeah.
I'm going to buy it. Jordan Tyson, number 12.
Pair him up with CeeDee Lamb. That would be nice. And the ESPN NFL Nation mock today had the Cowboys taking Tyson at pick 12.
Yep. Jack, do you see the nightmare yet? Because the Rams,
I see it. The
Rams sprint to take Mekhi Lemon because he fits that offense to a T, and you know what's going to happen next. The Ravens voodoo magic, Art Modell's doubtful magic works again. They take Ruben Bay.
Son of a gun, Alex. I really hope you're wrong on this one.
You better hope I'm wrong about this one, too, because we have a trade finally.
All right, let's do this.
The Pittsburgh Steelers are moving up to number 50.
No!
After the news this week, I have to be unbiased. They are offering 21, 76, and 121 for 15.
Okay. Oh, I can't do it.
Oh, yeah, you can't
account anymore.
Oh, I should have given you mine.
I didn't even think about it.
Don't worry about it. I'll give you the pick and just give it for Tampa.
Okay. So, all right, yeah. Sorry, our followers.
I thought about Vega Ione here.
Okay.
But then with the recent rumors about Broderick Jones, they take Monroe Freeling. We about to find out if we made the right pick or not.
Yes.
So, sorry, Browns fans.
MC wants to know why you're trying to ruffle feathers.
you got to admit, I'm unbiased.
MC Alex does this for accuracy, and for those that don't know, I think it was 2021. Alex, didn't you rip off like the first like 8 or 9 picks of that
Yes.
draft? It was the
It was
most insane
2021.
thing
We
ever.
got 12 of 32 with their correct teams.
Yes,
I've admitted I'm never going to do that again. Never going to do that again. That was generational run.
Right.
I aim to get like 5 or 6 a year. And I feel like we've gotten that so far. Wouldn't shock me if the Steelers, by the way, came up for Ione as well, but the Broderick Jones thing kind of gives me pause for a second.
Oh, most definitely. It just screams offensive tackle now for them.
Yeah. At 16, I've heard rumors the Jets really love Tyson and Tate. And I'm going to tell Browns fans, keep an eye on them quietly at number 6. But at number 16, they're going to go wide out, and they're going to take Denzel Boston out of Washington. There are a lot of people that like him that consider him the safest out of all the wide receivers, and I can see why. Now we get to 17, and the Lions are kind of in a nightmare scenario because I think they would have loved Proctor Freeling to get here. They settle, though, on a guy who I think fits their bill and I think fits a John Dorsey build, Blake Miller. They go with Blake Miller here.
Okay.
He's a buddy boy.
See, and can I just say, shout out to John Dorsey. God, he's still around. MC wants accuracy right now. He wants fantasy. He doesn't want accuracy.
Read the first 2 mocks on the Doglands website.
MC, come back tomorrow night. Me and Jokey will do the fantasy mock draft. That's outrageous, and we don't know what we're doing.
MC, go watch Mock Draft Monday.
Yeah, that's a great one because that's if you want total chaos, just go watch the latest Mock Draft Monday.
Yeah,
you're the draft bird of our generation, according to Jake.
No, I'm your tribal chief.
What I was gonna say is the tackle run that has happened. If we look at the board as it currently stands,
almost all gone.
Look who's available in terms of tackles according to PFF's board.
And
now Max and Caleb could go first round, but this is why. And Browns fans aren't going to like this because they all want a playmaker, and I do too. You can get the offensive tackle at 6. There will be playmakers at 24.
I'm going to say this right now. It's a spoiler, but both Ian Atro and Lomo are going to be taken in this mock draft.
Okay.
They're all going to be gone. And that's the big rumor right now is that all of them are going to be gone in the first round because the drop-off is so significant that if you need one, you need to get it early.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think the Browns are very hesitant. I think they'd like to trade down. I think they're hesitant to trade down too far. That's why I say, like with the Jets, for example, it better be a big haul. If it's like the Saints, the Chiefs, like I can totally see this, Jack, the Fano stuff, because McShay brought this up. Andy Reid and Winningham both played together at BYU. They've known each other for years. I do firmly believe Fano is the Chiefs' guy. And if you're the Browns, and I really did consider this in this mock, like it was very close to me doing it, where I considered an idea of 9 and 40 and a future pick for number 6.
Yeah.
And that way, Fano goes 6 and Proctor goes 9. That was the idea I originally had, but I balked at because I just don't think the Chiefs are just going to trade up to get one guy. I think all these guys are kind of bunched in together. And when you're talking about, the guys that they're looking at for right tackle, you have so many right tackle options. As long as you think they fit the scheme, like Maui Noah, yeah, I'll take him 10 times out of 10 at 9. Like, absolutely on that team? Yeah, sign me up. Why should I trade future picks when I can get the guy everyone thinks is the best tackle in the draft who's going to play on his natural right side?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll do that 10 times out of 10. That's what stopped me from making the trade. But it won't shock me Thursday if they think, the Browns are definitely going to take Fano, it wouldn't shock me if the Browns say, we're going to be the smartest guys in the room, because they always try to be. And they say, we're going to trade back 3 spots, get a few extra picks in the future, and we're going to take Proctor. We always wanted Proctor. We just played the Chiefs into getting Fano.
Yep.
So don't be surprised. Back to this, though. At 18, man, the Vikings would be very, very, very happy for this. Dylan Thieneman. Just lock it up. At number 19, Kenyon Sadiq. Put him with that receiving core and let him cook. Then at number 20, Keldrick Falk out of Auburn goes to Dallas. I buy every single rumor about that. It makes too much sense that that's what they're trying to do. So Dallas walks away with Jordan Tyson and Keldrick Falk. I mean, that's an intriguing first round, but a lot of risk there. And that's a Jerry Jones. That's a Jerry Jones show. Now, this is Tampa Bay, and Tampa Bay is ecstatic because, Ione is on the board, and they're going to go take Vega Ione. Now the Chargers. The Chargers was an interesting one for me because I thought about a few players here, but I keep coming back to they had a middle-of-the-road defense against the run. I look at the defensive tackles on their team, and you're looking at the former Browns guy. He's playing in the middle. I forgot who it is. I saw it yesterday, and I'm blanking on the name. But I'm also debating, will Jim Harbaugh ever really draft a Buckeye? Would he draft a Buckeye? Or is he that petty? Plot twist, he is that petty because they're going with Peter Woods instead. He thought about Kate. What was that?
You were talking about Dalvin Tomlinson, by the way.
Oh, Dalvin Tomlinson. Yep. He was thinking about going with Caden McDonald's, but he goes with Peter Woods instead. And then the Philadelphia Eagles. I thought about Omar Cooper here.
Ooh.
But someone reminded me, Lane Johnson's going to retire at some point. And they don't really have an answer for that. Max Iheanacho has probably as high of a ceiling as anyone in this draft. And they draft him to be the future right tackle for the Philadelphia Eagles. Which leads us to the Cleveland Browns. Oh, boy. How do I explain this pick? I don't know how Browns fans are going to react when this happens. But we all need to be mentally prepared for it. Because when I keep hearing Andrew Berry's going to pull surprise, taking a tackle at 6, no matter who it is, isn't a surprise. Avoiding a wide receiver is a surprise. And with the 24th pick, the Cleveland Browns select Emmanuel McNeil Warren, safety, Toledo. Buy everything in that stock. If he is here, the Browns are sprinting to the podium to take him. And look, let's be real here for a minute, Jack. They will be right for real criticism. If they do this. Yes. Real criticism. Without that 20th pick to take whoever. But think about it, guys. On the board right now, you have Omar Cooper Jr., which I like him a lot. Casey Concepcion, which I don't.
There's definitely mixed reviews on him as a prospect.
I'm still not over Anthony Schwartz yet.
Understandable.
I get scared when I hear bad hands. Do you go Chris Bell coming off an ACL there? I think the Browns are looking at Bell at 39, but not 24. And if you're telling me they're going to take Chris Bell at 39, okay, you can stomach it. Hate it. Jake, we will be criticizing. Like, I'm going to be very blunt with everybody. This is not what I want the Browns to do. This is absolutely not what I want them to do. I want them to trade out of 6 for something, preferably future picks. Jack, I'll give you a hot take right now. I'm fine with trading all the way down to 25 if the right player is there to get that future one from Chicago. I'm dead serious. Alex worrying us on purpose. How am I worrying you? This is all in the news. The breadcrumbs are there. I'm just following them, guys. I'm sorry. But I really think it's possible that they ignore wide receiver. But I will say this. I think they'll double dip on day 2. Whether it be a tight end, whether it be 2 wideouts, something. They're going to double dip on wide receiver or tight end.
Yeah.
I think it could be like Chris Bell, Oscar Delp, or Chris Bell, Zachariah Branch, something like that.
Or Jeremy Bernard.
Or Jeremy Bernard. Jeremy Bernard. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, but I like Fano and I like McNeil Warren, but I would be upset Thursday night if this was our first round because we did not address adding a playmaker. Like it's gonna be hard because what did Haslam say? What did Andrew Berry say? They were gonna upgrade the offense.
Well, here's what I am gathering. Andrew Berry's job is very, very safe.
Oh, for sure.
Meaning he could lose every game this year and he ain't getting fired. He just ain't. Which means from what I'm gathering, Andrew Berry has already told Jimmy he needs to lose a lot next year to get what he wants. And part of that equation is we can't really solve one of the issues. And that's receiver. And I'll even go as far as this. I think Andrew Berry is convinced from the end of last year, he believes he has a budding star wide receiver in Isaiah Bond. I think he's got something there. He believes he's got something there. What that is, I don't know.
Right.
But I think he believes something's going on there to where, I don't need to take KC Concepcion, which is my biggest red flag with Concepcion. You're taking 2 of the same player. There's no diversity on the offense in terms of the playmakers and all that stuff. You don't have a big physical red zone guy. You lost David Njoku in the offseason. Yes, you have Phantom, but you don't have anything to back that up. And
Yeah.
I'll be even more real. I don't think you really have a goal line back, a true one.
No.
I think Judkins isn't that. Raheem Sanders.
Raheem Sanders can be that, but we need to see some growth this season, obviously.
Yes. But when you're at the 1 yard line, and this was a problem for the Browns last year, which is why I've hammered the table. If you're getting a receiver, they need to have some size and physicality to them. That's why I love Denzel Boston for them. If they can get their hands on Denzel Boston, I will be elated. That's why I've been pushing them. If Andrew Berry thinks he should be on play immediately, well, gonna have to convince good old Jimmy Haslam. I don't think.
Here's the thing, though, and I saw Lane Adkins say this last night on the OBR's live stream. He trusts Andrew Berry because the elephant in the room is gone, and that's DiPodesta. And from what people have gathered, that was Berry's draft last year because DiPodesta was basically on his way out, and it was Berry, you're running this draft. We're gonna go with what you want to go with, and he just got four starters. Potentially 5 if Shador can show something here in year 2, but you get 4 starters out of one draft. That's phenomenal.
Here's my only defense of Andrew Berry, especially if what we believe all that is true and it's more so his draft. Andrew Berry then shows from last year, he watches the tape.
Yes.
He's combining the analytics with the tape. And I know no one wants to hear this. I know no one does.
Right.
But when you look at these two picks, I can see where he's coming from. Even with Proctor, he believes Proctor with Warhop maybe can develop, maybe lose some weight. Again, that's another reason why I'm very concerned with Proctor. But like Fano, the athletic ability is there. You have the coach, and the skill set shows on tape. He's one of, if not the best tackle in this draft. So if he can move to the left side, hey, let's do it. And Emmanuel McNeil Warren, watch the tape. Explosive, dynamite player. There are rumors saying he's going to be the second corner off this board. And I think if you flipped it and Dylan Dieneman's here, I think the Browns would take Dylan Dieneman in 2 seconds. I think Dieneman's the better fit of the two. But, man, I think they would love to get. My prediction is Sonny Falls. I'm not opposed to that. Jake, I'm going to tell you right now, Jermon McCoy is falling into the second round, maybe even the third.
The rumor I heard was get ready for a Will Johnson type fall.
I think it's further than that because from what I'm hearing as well, he ran great in a straight line. Side to side was not as good. And that's the bigger thing.
Right.
So let's finish this up. And if, Jack, you have any questions and stuff, we can get to that before we wrap things up. Number 25, looking at the board, Chicago, they need edge. And I'm not going with just our name. It's a name that's picked up a lot of steam this last week. And that's Zion Young, the edge out of Missouri. Keep an eye out on him. I think he can go much earlier than this, depending on when an edge run happens. But Zion, I think, is a guy that is going in the first round. At 26, the Bills go with C.J. Allen. I can see him going as early as 20 to the Cowboys in the right scenario. But C.J. Allen to the Bills here, beautiful fit. And then remember how I said, Jack, all the tackles will be gone by the first round?
Mm-hmm.
Caleb Lomu goes to the San Francisco 49ers.
So is this here where he's being groomed behind Trent Williams for the next 2 years? And then
maybe they play him on the right a little bit, move him back to the left. But and Lomo's too good of a value at this point. Like, if you could tell me with a straight face right now, Jack, that Caleb Lomu 100% is going to be there at 24, regardless of what I do at 6, he will be there at 24. I would take the best player available at 6, whether it be Sonny Styles, whether it be Caleb Downs, whether it be Carnell Tate. I don't give a darn who it is outside the tackle. I take the best player available. I think Lomu can do just as good of a job as Fano and could have the better tackle career when it's all said and done. At 28, ladies and gentlemen, we have a trade. The Arizona Cardinals have come up to 28, offering sorry, I'm getting it all mixed up. They have acquired the number 28 pick and the number 69 pick from the Houston Texans in exchange for number 34, number 65, and number 104. Jack, you already knew where I was going. The Arizona Cardinals select Ty Simpson, quarterback, Alabama, buying all the smoke on this. He fits that offense very well. He doesn't have to start right away behind Jacoby Brissett. And you walk out of round 1 with Jeremiah Love and Ty Simpson. You can figure out that right tackle crap later. Go take Markel Bell at 69. I don't care anymore. Like, do it. Before the Browns do it. At number 29, the Kansas City Chiefs may get the steal of the entire first round and pick Omar Cooper Jr. out of Indiana. Walking away with Francis Maui-Noah and Omar Cooper. The Chiefs are back.
I mean, if he was there at 29 or like 28, I would be like, Andrew Barry, get on the phone, move up from 39 and go get him. Like,
Yep.
I doubt he makes it that far, but crazy
It's one of
things
those
can
things
happen.
where when you have a run on tackles like we did in this mock,
Yeah.
which everyone keeps saying the run's going to happen. It's a matter of when does it start. It could start as early as 3.
Right.
If Arizona might go Maui or Fano and just throw everything into chaos. And I'm not ruling that out still. But if it starts with the Browns, I think you're going to see all of them gone by 27. And it's going to push players down like a Cooper. Because Cooper can go as early as 13. Like in the first draft that I did of this, I had Mekhi Lemon going 11 and Cooper going 13. So one pick like that changes everything else. It just goes to show how if I picked Mekhi Lemon at 11, Omar Cooper doesn't drop 16 spots to 29 just because. So, and to finish this out, boy, oh boy, Miami, they're going to get a wideout. They're going to get Casey Concepcion. Let him be their problem. Let him be their problem. I don't care. The Patriots and Diana. Oh, wait. Sorry. I didn't mean that. Sorry.
Hey, now.
Hey, now. But at 31, they need another edge. They're going to Keem Messidor. There's no reason he should be here at this point. This is a steal at this point. And at number 32, I'm not even predicting this one. I like throwing guys in the final mock who you all need to keep an eye out if you haven't been already. And that's with Seattle taking, he's technically on here as a corner, but it's Tre'Dan Stukes, a safety projected out of Arizona. There is a lot of buzz on him being the size athlete and has one of the best interceptions on tape you will see. I mean, a lot of teams are loving him. And that's just the perfect fit in Seattle. So, OH. What, y'all never thought I'd say that? What are you talking about?
We're enjoying it.
We enjoy this shit, man.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, there you go. There's mock 3.0. I'm going to say probably 1 through 20. Some I feel confident about. Back half is always a you know what, but that's kind of where I'm at, guys. Like 48 hours before the draft, kind of where I'm at. And
yes.
Trust me, I may just throw out Thursday morning, just on Twitter. Okay, here it is. One last time, I'll do one more and just throw it out there, see if there are any other changes. But I think it's going to be unpredictable. I just think with what I'm seeing, what I'm hearing, it really starts, I think, at 3. I think the Jets are smoke screening all of us. I think the Jets secretly would love a trade with somebody, but I don't know who it would be.
Yeah, who's going to come up all the way to 2?
Well, I mean, I think they probably want like Tennessee to panic. Like they're maybe angling Tennessee to go like, Arvell could be there at 4, maybe 3, 4. Wait, he could be there. Wait, hold on a minute.
But then if you do that and then Arizona goes, oh, we really covet Arvell Reese, and they just
well, that's why the Jets are dangling this, because they're like, and I think the Jets, again, the plan isn't this year, it's next year. I mean, if the Jets say, hey, I'm fine with taking, Carnell Tate at 4. We trade down and we just take Tate at 4 for ourselves. I don't think anyone in New York's going to complain about that.
Right.
So I feel like there's some smoke to this. to see if they could get a last-minute trade from somebody. But because, again, they're all in on 27. And again, for Browns fans, you kind of need to suck. Okay, so 23, 54, 58. Yeah. Where do I sign? Where do I sign on that draft? Like,
I think Philly might hold on to those picks for another potential trade down the line. Just saying.
Yeah, probably. But if they offered that today, where the hell do I sign that?
Yeah,
Because
I mean,
they're a Jalen Hurts injury away from being god awful.
I think this is going to be Jalen Hurts' last year in Philly.
I think so too.
Yeah.
That's why I want Philly to go all in on some things. If you catch my drift.
I put it in the YouTube chat, but if anybody has draft questions, I know Jake threw one up that I'm going to put up here in a second, but anybody's got draft questions that is watching, put them in the chat. We'll get them up here before we close the live stream. But Alex, here is Jake's question.
Who's your offensive tackle one? Francis Maui Noah. I mean, it's hard to find a guy like Maui Noah who's such a mauler type, and the tape backs somebody who's just going to stay at the tackle position. And for me, I just want someone who's just aggressive, who attacks, who is never backs down. You saw what he did against Ohio State. He handled, like, yes, we can all sit here and say there was a lot of holding calls, and there were.
Yes.
But you can say the other way around too. But in fairness, Maui Noah, though, they don't get to where they were without him. And I do think he can move to the left side because of his nature as a brawling type right tackle. In terms of wide receiver one, part of me, my heart of hearts says Denzel Boston. I love him. I really do. But when you watch the tape and you watch Carnell Tate, he is so smooth. He is so great in contested catches. And I think he's got more quickness in his game than people think. I think the 40 time, I don't give it. Watch the tape. What I'll say to Andrew Berry is, hey, Andrew, you were there in Columbus when Carnell Tate burned Texas on a deep route, then came back for the underthrown ball by saying, and reeled it in. You don't want that? That's not a wide receiver one? I don't know what is. Right. There's my argument to Andrew Berry. By the way, I just want to say for the record, I'm just a man who lives on the streets. You know, I live on the streets, you know, homeless man giving you draft advice. I'm trying to see if that'll work again.
My draft question is, I'm going to pull the simulator back up because if the board shook out the way it does here.
Thank you for doing an exercise with me. I love these.
Yes. What would you do at pick 39?
I'm hoping Chris Bell falls.
Okay.
I don't think he does. People are not going to like this. But the best receiver at that point is Eli Stowers. I love Eli. I mean, that dude carried Vandy to relevance.
Right.
Don't give me this Diego Pavia stuff. Dude had a freak at tight end and then had other playmakers too. But he'd been doing this a year or so before. And he got him ranked again in a tough SEC. That needs to be said for something.
Absolutely.
And pair him with Fannin. Okay, look, the receivers around us aren't that great. But for me, I'm hoping at 70, a Bryce Lance type becomes available there. I go take him or one of the other receivers maybe. And I say, you know what? Let's try this. Worst case, Lance is a 2. Bond is just a vertical threat guy. Jerry Jeudy's gone in a year. But I got Stowers and Fannin. Arch Manning, Dante Moore, whoever else, Brandon Sorsby, come on in. Let's go to work. One of those three. Bring him in.
And correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Monken use Mark Andrews and the other tight end is escaping me now that was in Baltimore?
Likely.
Didn't he use them as wideouts in certain packages?
Yes, he did.
So you can do that with Fannin and potentially Eli Stowers or some other kind of tight end that the Browns pick up in this draft. So
yep. I would love nothing. Yeah, I reject. Hey, look, you'd have the best young tight end core in the NFL. It wouldn't be a question. And
we'd have our Gronk and Hernandez without the murder.
Thank God. Yeah, let's not have that part.
Right.
But anyways, I just think looking at the way it would fall the next day, I'd be scared that the Giants would take Chris Bell. I'd be scared that maybe the Titans might do it. I could see the Raiders even doing it at 34. And that's where, again, if he really goes 24, not a wideout, or he doesn't take a wideout in the first round, I really have a lot of questions. Because when you get to 39, there is a good chance these wideouts like Bell, Brazel, Bernard, they could all be gone after this pick. And we're going to be on this show Friday saying, we tried telling you.
Yep.
And I would say that is a fireable offense.
Mm-hmm.
You really didn't know the board would fall that way. And I'm just going to say it's because, for those of you who don't know, I worked in sports for the past, about 8 years. I have been in the room with GMs. Just what I learned tonight, Alex is a troublemaker. Yeah, you can ask my contacts in sports. I've always been a troublemaker. But I can tell you, I've been in the draft rooms. I've seen the big boards. I see how they tier things and piece it together. And one team I will not name, but if you look through my background, you might be able to figure out. I've talked with people leading up to their drafts. And one year in particular, will not say the year, but I had talked to multiple people in the decision room because, I was trying to be a hot shot, ball knower. And I really got to digging around how they think, how many scenarios they think. And in that scenario, I can tell you, they thought it was going to go one of 5 different ways. And they went with, I can't really say the full details because they'll give away way too much. But they had 2 scenarios in play that didn't happen. And then they went this other route and did a bunch of other things in that draft. But they were prepared for it because they had the dialogues. They knew what was going to happen. They knew who was going to pick who. And that's why we do all these exercises and why my mocks are never the same. Because you have to be able to think clearly. And you guys will say, Alex, screw you for Reuben Bain to the Ravens. You're absolutely right. Screw me. I am a jerk. The worst person on the planet. Clearly an Art Modell sympathizer. Yes, I accept all of those criticisms. And you probably are right. With the Steelers moving up for 15, clearly I'm a Yinzer, a Stiller lover. You're probably right on that. Okay, definitely not right on that. No. But the point is, when you do these, it's very easy for me, and Jack has seen it, where I get very biased on what I want. Jack gave me a slap in the face, the other day, Alex, you're overthinking this. And that led to this mock. Stop overthinking it. Well, I really want the Browns to trade out. Well, is it realistic? No. Well, I really wanted to get Carnell Tate. Is it realistic? Possibly, but probably not.
Right.
But And then I look at tackles and I go, well, I prefer Monroe Freeling at left tackle and Blake Miller at left tackle, but I don't think they're going to be their guy.
Right.
And it's like, and I don't like Caden Proctor's lateral quickness, which really concerns me at the next level. And I don't think Lomu's arm, I'm not Lomu, I keep mixing them up. Fano's arms.
What's up, Jokey?
What up, Jokey? Hope you're enjoying it. But I really think like I had to take away my biases of players. Look, I could be wrong on some of these guys. I could sit here and say Spencer Fano, he's a bust. I could be wrong. I've been wrong. I mean, heck, I'm the guy who said Brock Osweiler at 21 in 2012. God, I was pounding the table for him over Brandon Whedon.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez, I was psycho then. I wanted Stephen Hill in that draft. I love Stephen Hill. But you learn from your mistakes and you move forward. And this mock was very much probably one of the first times where I didn't really think of biases here. I thought about what do teams need? What do teams have assets to come up and get, which is why the Steelers came up, because they have so many day 2 picks that they can work with. And they have a need at line, which I do think Vega Ione could be the pick there too. But it all makes sense. And you guys may not like it, especially on the Browns side. But at least I can't say I didn't help prepare you for Thursday. We want what we want, and it never happens. Exactly. It never does. It really never does.
So one final question, and it's from Jake, and then we'll wrap things up here.
Yep.
He's asking for your top 3 sleepers, any position in this draft class.
Oh, man. Number 1, I love Genesis Smith, the safety out of Arizona. That's been one of my guys since really day one. Just love his ability as a center field safety. He has the size, the athletic ability, everything you're looking for. I absolutely love him. You're going to hate me for who I say next. Merlin Klein, the tight end out of Michigan.
I respect it.
Any Michigan player who is a receiver, if the measurables match up to what could work in the NFL, you take him. You absolutely take him. He's developing as a blocker. The athleticism's there. The size is there. And the upside is tremendous. Michigan, I mean, like Sherrone Moore, for everything else, him and Jim Harbaugh never developed offensive weapons. And I guarantee you, if Klein was at Michigan this year under Kyle Whittingham, Klein would be a first-round pick next year. 100%. The way that offense runs, Klein would be a first-round pick. That's how good I think he can be. The third one, I know I'm loving him for all the wrong reasons. And gosh darn it, but not one who doesn't want it. Okay, fair. I'm falling in love with him for all the wrong reasons, but Malachi Lawrence out of UCF. Yes, I'm falling in love with the measurables, and it's rare to see an edge do what he was doing at the combine. But you watch the tape, you watch the get off, and you're like, he needs some polish, but there is a double-digit sack guy in there. He's not Myles Garrett. He's not any of those guys, but he's an 8 to 10 sack guy a year, potentially. Bad against the run. I'll give him that much, but so is David Bailey. Let's be honest here. David Bailey is also bad against the run. So if you're going to say, David Bailey could go number 2, give me one good reason why I shouldn't be looking at Malachi Lawrence a lot closer. And he probably could go day 1 as well. But those are my 3 that I really love. And people know I'm a wide receiver guy. I will say this. I'm trying to temper my expectations with them, but I love a lot of Bryce Lance too. I really, really do. So Bryce Lance is that 4th guy I'll give you because I love my wideouts. I do think I'm falling in love with him for all the wrong reasons. I'll admit that again. But yeah. Those four. I gave you a fourth, Jake. How about that? It's because I like you.
As we wrap things up, one final look of the mock draft for those that might be coming in late. And we got one question from Jokey. Tampa traded with Pittsburgh. So Pittsburgh came out for Monroe Freeling. Tampa ended up taking Vega Ione at pick 21. And then Houston trades the pick to Arizona. I forget to sign in to do the trades. So that was my fault. But that's one last look. But Jokey has a question for you, Alex. Who's the best long snapper?
Who's the best long snapper in the draft? I really... Will Kazmarek out of Ohio State. He's never done it.
If we draft a long snapper this weekend, I'm gonna be upset. But
Ryan Pomperion, bring him home.
Well, I didn't tell you this, Alex, but I made a bet with my girlfriend. Any dumb thing the Browns do that I deem dumb, I owe her a book. And then if they draft a long snapper, I owe her a shopping spree at the bookstore. So if they draft a long snapper, I'm not going to be a happy person.
Guys, get ready.
Won't be.
Guys, get ready. We're drafting a punter.
Why?
Corey, who? I don't even know who the punters are in this draft. Actually, no. We're taking Ohio State's kicker. He made a 56-yarder at the pro day. Where was that? Got to end with some lulls.
Okay, Jokey brings up a good point. We've had better success drafting a long snapper than we've had drafting a kicker.
I mean, we've drafted Pro Bowl long snappers, man. Telling you. Can't miss there. We're batting 1,000.
Yes, we are. All right, that'll wrap things up here for Alex's mock draft 3.0. Alex, tell people where they can find you.
At the CLE Sports Guys, so follow me there, and I'll be back Thursday with you guys and Friday somehow.
Yes. We will be back. Me and Anthony will be back tomorrow night. We're going to do our attempt at a full first round mock draft. And then Thursday night, Friday night, myself, Alex, Anthony, Jake, we're going to go the full length of days 1 and day 2 of the draft. Going to bring it all to you. So hopefully you guys stick around and join us over on the YouTube channel and on Facebook. If you're watching on YouTube, acknowledge Alex.
Guy?
Acknowledge Alex.
I will have my Ulafala Thursday.
Yeah. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe if you're not a subscriber already. If you're on Facebook, like the Facebook page. We're getting close to 1,000 followers over there, so that'll be awesome. Go follow us on TikTok as well. We're getting close to 600 followers there as well. So with all that, as we get on out of here, everybody have a good night, and as always, go Browns.